Hello everyone, VanguardOfValor here, and welcome back to another episode of Banished. Now, things are a little bit different than you might have remembered, somewhat, and not intentionally. The main reason that things have changed is because, well, things have changed. Since the last time I played this game, I recorded about another 4.5 hours of gameplay, only to find that some of the video got corrupted, some of the audio didn't record, and I basically couldn't use any of it. So I had to go back to an older save that luckily I still hadn't overwritten, and basically play back up to the point where we were. And I've gotten us pretty much identical to what we had, with a few minor changes. One change is that our chicken pen is on this side instead of on this side. Normally I had our pens over here before, and this one is 10 by 10, but when we get the other animals they'll be in 15 by 15 larger pens on this side, because a 10 by 10 pen is actually too small for splitting your population of sheep or cows, so that's something we want to avoid having a problem with later, so that's why we're going to use bigger pens over here eventually. Because I did play for another 4 hours, so I've learned a bunch of other things about this game that I have to take advantage of now. I added a stockpile over here just to make building in this area a little bit quicker. Mostly full of logs right now because that's what people have been getting from over here. We've been deforesting this area recently. And I've also added a barn right beside our farms because that'll help speed up the rate at which these guys can get our resources stored. Surprised it has a whole lot of fish in it. I wasn't really expecting that. I kind of figured the fishermen would go here instead of all the way over there, but whatever. I've also removed one of our fishing huts because I did the fishing hut experiment where we had one fishing hut here, which had a pretty good haul. We had a fishing hut over here, which had a very good haul. We had a fishing hut over here, which had a not very good haul. You know, it wasn't bad, but not great. And a fishing hut way over here, and this one was awful because of the fact that it was so far away from everything else. It took a lot of resources just to travel around, and it meant that we basically didn't get anything out of it. So I just didn't bother building it this time because it didn't add anything, really. We still have our brewery over here, we still have our hospital built, although it's not being used. All these things are still underway. We're going to need to build ourselves a new cemetery soon. We're still trying to upgrade all of our buildings to stone at some point. We have another little stockpile set up out here, so the people who are deforesting this area have somewhere to bring their resources without having to carry them all the way back home. I'll have to remove this at some point. They can bring these things back to our base. But for now, I'm not too bothered by it. We're gathering the stone and iron and things that are hidden way out over this way, which will be good, because we're going to need a lot of stone. One of the things I learned doing the extra bit of gameplay is that stone is a very limiting factor, especially if you want to upgrade all your houses to stone houses. You need a lot of additional stone. So we're going to have to deal with that at some point. Right now we're going to start continuing to upgrade these buildings because we want to get at least this set of houses to be made of stone, so we have some kind of better protection from the elements here. It'll take them a while to actually upgrade them all, but that's what we have our boarding house for. This will accommodate the extra people while they get moved in. Also, another thing that's a bit different is we have a lot more people in our town because instead of getting cows or sheep, we didn't get any of those in trades, but we did get a fairly big migrant wave that we were able to accept. So that is where a bunch of our population is. We have 21 laborers, not counting the 10 I just put into builder jobs, which is very nice for speeding things up a little bit. So we need to prioritize these buildings so that people take the storage out of them, because otherwise if they're full we can't continue the construction. Thankfully these guys are right beside a market, so for the most part they can just dump stuff in there. If there's firewood in them, I believe they need to carry it over to a stockpile, but that shouldn't be too hard. So, hopefully that won't take too long. We'll be able to get some more work done here. I'm surprised these 9 people haven't been assigned to the boarding house yet, but that's fine. We'll speed this up to 5 times speed and go from there. Basically, I tried to play up till about the same time in-game, if not to the same, exactly the same point in-game. Now, there's a hungry person over here. They're going to get home and eat before they have any problems there. Some more people are dying of old age, though, so we might need to start work on that cemetery pronto. We only have about 7 more spots, and that is not exactly what we're looking to have happen here. Either way, these guys will eventually start emptying out these buildings. It might take them a little while since I do have a bunch of other tasks going on. One of the best ways to make sure that people are actually working on what you want them to work on is remove other tasks, but I want them to keep gathering things like our stone and whatnot, because otherwise we're not going to have the resources we want to keep building up with. I think for now I'm just going to add a couple more stone houses over here, and then we're going to build up another area in the city. Probably going to make a mining area, because we're going to have to start building mines and quarries soon, because we're running out of natural stone on our map that we can gather. There is still some iron left, there's some reasonably close distances, but like the stone that's way over here is really far away from everything. And if we send our people over here to gather like this stone over here, they will starve or freeze to death in the time it takes them to get back home again. So that's not really going to work. The other alternative is I could build like another settlement over here, and that would make it easier to gather those resources. I might try and do that. I might try and take advantage of our map like that. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. Either way, we're going to hopefully get more progress done on these houses. It doesn't seem like they're being upgraded particularly quickly, so we'll make sure that we reprioritize them so that everyone knows they have to come here and fix it. And we're also going to prioritize this little piece of food here, because if that gets left there over the season switch, they won't plant in the next year until it gets removed, which can be pretty annoying. So thankfully we have plenty of time. We still have a good number of workers who can do these kinds of jobs, so I'm not particularly worried about it not getting done. But in the meantime, I am going to start building another cemetery, because if we don't build one now, we're going to need it later. So let's find ourselves our cemetery. There it is. We're going to build this thing right beside the church. Can't build it there on the edge. Right there beside the church. And we're going to make it a nice big one. We're going to make it a 20 by 15 cemetery. It infringes a little bit, or a lot, I guess, on the hunting cabin range and the gatherers' huts, but we're going to need this space to deal with all the people who are eventually going to die. We're already up to 52 graves here. We need to get this done in a hurry. Thankfully, we have a good number of builders who can actually go do that, because they can't do anything else until these houses are emptied. And apparently people aren't in much of a hurry to go do that. I might have to go cancel their jobs so this actually gets done in a hurry. Otherwise, we're going to have some problems. So, for the time being, what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, we're going to grab our cancel removal tool, and we're just going to select this whole area. There's not a whole lot left scheduled to be removed, though. We've already gotten all of the stone out of there, which is a worrying prospect. We're definitely running low on those resources. You know what? Instead of building up more houses over here, I might just go straight over here and start building up another area. Because I think, while I want to use this area for farms right now and put some pastures in here, I'm probably going to want some more farms, and I can use this area over here for quarries potentially later. I don't know if I'm going to put them so far away. I might put quarries over in this area instead. It's a bit closer to most of our stuff, but we'll have to wait and see, and that could be a useful way to deal with that. Now, we are at maximum capacity in our school, but I don't think that's going to be an issue yet. Wheat seeds, we already have wheat, thank you very much. But, yeah, we're at maximum capacity in our graves, so if anyone else dies now, it's going to be a problem for us, but we'll have to wait and see how long it takes them to clear this stuff out. 18 pieces of removal to do there, and I canceled all the other jobs. I'm not sure what people are doing. Let's make sure we actually cancel everything so we can get our constructions done, then we can give them new jobs if we need to. What else is scheduled to be removed? I don't see much on the map so far. You can do a pretty easy sweep this way. There's some stuff over there, but I'll leave those tasks for now. You'd think they'd be a little bit quicker then, because I don't see anything else that's actually in the way, unless everyone is off doing the removal in these locations, which it doesn't seem like they are. I'm not sure what's going on with them. That's weird. So, I guess we'll just have to make do. We're losing a lot of our population, though. A whole bunch of people just died. I really want to start building up new houses, but I want to upgrade this set first. Get this whole set as stone houses before we go and build a new area. I'm not seeing a whole lot getting done here, though. Is that plant still on the fields, too? Yes, it is. Alright, we're going to slow down time here a little bit. We're going to make sure we have some more laborers. We'll take off more of our builders. And I'm just going to make sure they have nothing better to do. We're going to highly prioritize these tasks again, because we want them to get them done. This is what I need. Priority. Increase the priority of this. That's super important. Get that done. Increase the priority of this. And increase the priority of that. Those are all the tasks we need to actually get done here in order to have a chance to complete our goals. Also, it's getting close to planting season, which is the worrying thing. So hopefully they hurry up and get this stuff done, otherwise we're going to have some problems here. And wow, that's a flash winter. No snow on the ground, bam, it's white. Alright. Are you guys doing anything here? Are you starting to clear stuff out? It looks like you are. Like you're coming over to the houses with wheelbarrows and stuff, but... this game. Sometimes it just does weird things. I'm gonna make sure we remove all the tasks over here so that nobody else is doing anything silly in this area for now. I don't need this stuff right now, guys. What I need is for you to do the jobs I've given you. I'm not seeing anything else here, which is what's weird. They don't have any other jobs to do. Sometimes it seems like the citizens here just get a bit confused. And that winds up with me getting a bit confused, because we have plenty of laborers who could be doing these jobs, they just aren't. For some mystery reason. And I really don't want to have to change that. But these guys, you know, there's people scheduled to work these buildings eventually. Have we finished the cemetery at the very least? People are starting to do the removal tasks over here, so that's better than nothing. At least people have started to do some of the jobs. But looks like this field is not going to be planted this year because nobody bothered to remove that thing of squash, which is really annoying. We have 18 laborers. They have nothing to do except remove things from these houses, which they aren't doing. Oh, now they're starting to do it. Remove this bucket of squash from this field and build that cemetery. Come on, guys. You can work a little bit faster than that. There we go. Cemetery is almost ready to go. Silly game. Alright, either way, I think things are actually getting done now. I don't understand why they don't, sometimes. It seems like it would be really easy to make them do a simple task like that when they have nothing else to do, but apparently not. Apparently they're not as predictable as you'd think. Alright, well, I think we're going to come over here, we're going to build ourselves, that's a long little weird dark promontory there. We're going to come over this way and build ourselves the next stage of our city, so we can gather the resources that are found in this part of the world. And it's going to take us a lot of resources to do that, I think. What do we want to build over there? Definitely homes. Probably mines and quarries. That seems like a good place to do that kind of thing. We have a lot of open ground there, so it'll be very easy to build those kinds of things over here. And specifically quarries, anyway. And probably we'll need some support tools, like we'll put a blacksmith over there and a woodcutter, so they don't have to go so far to get those things. Beyond that, I think we'll just have to wait and see, though. Alright, come on, builders. You can do this. Oh, good, we're actually getting everything done here. Very nice. Alright, that's what I like to see. And we are planting some wheat. We might not get that done in time, but at least we're planting some of it. Alright, let's build ourselves some houses. We're going to designate an area over here to be new stone homes, way out in the middle of nowhere. And I'm thinking, let's build it closer to there or right over here? I like to be somewhere near the water's edge would be nice. So let's see, let's do it like put some waterfront housing. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Oh, hang on. Losing track of where I've built already. 4 and 5. Then we'll rotate around. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That might be way too many homes, but we're going to build them anyway and see what happens. Once we get that area cleared out, we'll connect them with the rest, and then we'll try and get them some kind of infrastructure set up over here. Now, in order to support this, we're going to need more food. So I think we're going to add a couple more fields over here, and we can easily put more people working them. I'm also going to build another pasture. It's going to take a ton of our resources to actually get any of this stuff done, but I think it'll be worthwhile if we can complete it. Our cemetery should be finished now. Almost. Only a little bit more to get done there, and that'll be good. That can probably hold a lot of graves, which will be good. Alright, yeah, I think we're going to build another pasture so we can get more chicken and eggs. The eggs and chicken aren't super valuable, though, so maybe not. I will build some more farms, though, because getting that extra 700 food every season is quite nice. And it doesn't take a whole lot with regards to the number of people on the farm. It's only about 200 food each, but that's not too bad. And all those houses are upgraded, which is great. That'll do us some good. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to come over here. We're going to add ourselves a couple more farms, because they're really easy to build. You don't have to do much to them at all. You just place them down and they're done. We'll build up to 6 farms, maybe. That might be too many. Oop, that's the wrong size, so we're going to remove that one. Very easy to remove a building like this. You just go, bam, it's gone. Put some more crop fields down. I'd love to have some more crops to actually grow before I do this. Actually, I'll make a little square. We'll just add 2 more fields for now. I don't think we really need to have 6 yet. Oh, wrong button. Too big. There we go. And we'll remove the other one because this will be fine. This way we can really boost up our food production with regard to the farms, though, and that should be quite useful for us. Now, people are going to have to carry a lot of materials a long way to get them over here. That shouldn't be too difficult for these guys. We have a lot of laborers who don't have a whole lot to do right now. I should probably give them some more jobs. Everyone seems to be going through the tunnel, which makes sense, actually. I might build the road from the tunnel instead of from over here. This might just be for our pastures once we get them built. But, this is going to seriously drain our stone and wood, and well, not our wood, but our stone and our iron. I'm probably going to get some people to do some more iron collecting, because there's a lot still on the map, so we can definitely take advantage of it. Like all this stuff is nice and close. Is there anything else easily accessible with regards to iron in this area? There's some right over there. Some miles away over there still we could go get. Alright, I think I'll just give them that iron to go collect. That should help make things a bit quicker. We're already starting to get some of these houses built, which is surprising. If we want to try and build our road to connect that to the rest of our civilization, where are we going to put this? I could connect it over this way, or I could connect it over this way. I might connect it on both sides. Is there like a log or something there? Why can't I keep going? That's weird. Doesn't look like there's anything there, but apparently we can't build a road in that location. Alright, let's connect our roads over here. Is that enough space? Hang on. I want to make sure I have enough space for 3 10x10 chicken coops in a row. So let's just double check that. How far away is 20? 20 is 2 blocks past the end. Okay, so what we're going to do then, we're going to take our roads tool, we'll build 3 blocks out. There we go. Now we're going to come over here and connect this to that. Connected. Very nice. And we're going to connect over here as well. Perfect. Connecting our world all together. It's going to take a lot of builder time, but that's fine. We have a lot of things being built anyway. We're also going to want to build a stockpile over here and a bunch of other good infrastructure buildings. So we're going to put a stockpile down first, I think. How do I want this area to be laid out? I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll let them finish that first. Looks like we've already gathered all the crops here, so what we're going to do now is we're going to select some crops to be grown in these locations. And we'll also make sure they have people to do the job. There we go. That takes a bunch of our laborers out for farming jobs, but that's still okay in my opinion. They'll be gathering us very useful food later on. We're getting our houses built over here, so we're going to need that food to be able to support them all. Might have been a bad idea to go straight for 10 houses. We might have done 5 first. That might have been a better idea. But you know what? Whatever. Let's just go for broke. So, I think we're also going to... Ooh, it's getting winter. We should have plenty of space still, so I'm not too worried about... yeah. Got plenty of food, plenty of firewood, although I'm going to need more firewood production, I bet you, if we're going up to this many houses. Let's set the fuel limit to 750 instead. That might be a little bit better for dealing with our current influx. We're out of stone. Oh boy. Well, I guess it's about time we started building those mines then. I don't know if there's a lot much more we can gather. There's a whole bunch over here, so actually if I build a stockpile in this area, let's just put a temporary stockpile down for now. We're going to put it... There we go. And we're going to tell them to gather stone from over here and see if we can actually do that without having our population die from the journey. Because there's lots over here, which would make building all this stuff much easier. We could even build a bridge across and then try and start gathering these resources. That would be very useful to us. So let's just get them gathering all this stuff. A trader has arrived. What are you selling us, trader? You have pears, plum seeds, mutton, herbs, potatoes, logs, iron, leather, pecan seeds, and corn. Lots of interesting items. I don't really need any of these things. I could try and buy something like, you know, iron, just so I don't have to mine it, but that just doesn't do us much good at this point in the game, so I'm just going to hold on to our resources. No reason not to. So, we should be doing okay here, I think. It's going to take our people a little bit of time to clear this out. Getting this stockpile operative, though, is pretty important, because until it is working... or rather usable, we're going to have a hard time getting our stone to a safe place so that people try to cart it all the way back to the start of the map. One other thing we're going to do, I think, is clear out this stockpile by removing the building, and then people should come and gather all these resources and bring them back to our base. There we go. They'll come remove all that stuff and bring it back home, which is what we're looking for, because we don't need to have it be way out in the woods like that. But yeah, this is definitely a priority task here, clearing out this stockpile, otherwise we're not going to be able to do much with it. We're also low on firewood, which isn't great. We have plenty of time still this winter to be able to deal with it then. And we should have a bunch of extra workers during the winter because our farmers aren't doing their farming jobs. We have no stone to add to these buildings, but it looks like these ones might actually be able to be completed. Yep. There's a little bit missing from those ones, so it shouldn't take too long to get them up and working as well. And we might need to build ourselves an additional school soon, because we're going to very quickly, I think, increase our population like this. Although instead of building them all way over there, if we're building another settlement over here, I might build another school over in this area so they don't have to walk so far all the time. That seems like it would probably be a good idea. This is like the most spread out single city ever. There's just a couple little pockets in the middle of nowhere. Alright. It looks like this is working out pretty well. It's going to be spring soon, so we'll hopefully be able to get ourselves some more food from our farmers. Looks like we still have a fairly stable stockpile. I'm not too worried about that. I am going to try and cut down some trees, though. We're going to harvest the trees in this area so I have some room to maneuver without having to constantly harvest everything all the time. There we go. That should get us some more resources where we need them. I should also get some iron collection going in the area too. The problem is, though, now we're doing that thing where we give people too many jobs to do so they don't do any of them. But at the moment, that's fine because we have a bunch of different resources we need. And doing all these things will be beneficial to us in the end. So, we're looking pretty good here, though. We're looking pretty good. If we can get up that next part of our settlement, that'll give us access to a lot more resources that we wouldn't otherwise be able to easily get. How many graves? 112 graves. Wow. I think that's worth infringing on their territory a little bit because that's a very nice space. Otherwise, I think we're going to have to like tunnel through the mountain and put it on this side instead. But yeah, this is interesting. It's going to take us a while to gather all this stuff, and our laborers are doing all kinds of different things. I might want to cancel some of the iron gathering from way out in the middle of nowhere while we try and get the wood and stone and iron and things that are close to us, because those are a lot quicker to get. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to cancel the removal tasks over in this area for the iron and whatnot, because that actually slows us down quite significantly, because people have to walk a lot further to get to a stockpile from over there right now. Whereas if they come work over here, it's right beside them, and they can put resources right into the buildings and do all kinds of good stuff for us. So that should be good. With regards to what other buildings we want to put over here, like I said, I think we're going to want a blacksmith if this is going to become a mining area eventually. I think we're probably going to want a school so people don't have to walk so far. Or maybe we're going to want a well for sure once we get it built. I might need to put more wells down. I'm not sure how effective these things are. It would take a lot of stone, so I'm hesitant to build too many of them. Might build another chapel over here if we get that big of a population eventually, but I don't think that's going to be an immediate concern. I might try and put down another gatherer's lodge rather, because it's pretty decent. And we have a lot of space over here. We could put one down and keep that area forested without too much difficulty. Get some more food out of it. Put another little quadrant of buildings. Overall, though, I think we're looking pretty solid. We're probably going to need another herbalist soon because our population is rising and they're going to start going through the herbs more quickly to keep themselves healthy. But for now, I don't think that's a major concern. But yeah, I think this is going well. We're getting our stuff built up at last. Let's boost ourselves up to 10 times speed for a bit, because honestly, why not? We just need to gather resources right now. There's a lot of them that need gathering. We need to clear out a large area. We have 17 laborers, which is pretty good, but we still need a lot of work to be done. Our population will keep growing as well. Beverlyn the teacher has died of old age. Oh no. Poor Beverlyn. But yeah, there's a lot of work that still needs to be done, so we might as well just let it do it. This isn't looking very good, though, for being early summers already. Crops are not looking so great over there. Hopefully we get a good yield out of them. There's just a lot of our population that are busy doing that kind of stuff. Either way, we have a bunch of new children being born, which is good. They'll keep our population healthy. And overall, I'm pretty optimistic about this whole affair. We got a bunch more buildings being put up over here. This one looks like it's actually going to be finished any time now. Perfect. And these are getting pretty close to being completed as well. Very nice. Then we'll be able to actually start gathering up our stockpiles here. I think... Wow, nobody's doing anything with regards to this. Interesting. I wonder what... Yeah, it would be really nice to see what's primarily preoccupying your workers, especially laborers, because you can use tools like the View Paths tool to see where people who live in each house go and how they get there. So, like, you can see this is the optimal route that they take for all these different people to get to wherever they need to go. But laborers aren't shown, which means that it can be a little bit tricky to tell always where they're going. Like what they're actually doing if you left something on or whatever. But there's not a lot we can really do about it, so for now we're just not going to worry about it, I think. And hopefully these things will start getting done on their own. People are starting to gather the iron up, they're gathering up the stone. We have a bit of a stone stockpile now, which is good. We still have plenty of wood. We're going to start gathering all this wood in, which will be good too. Hopefully these guys have some animals to sell us. No, they do not. They got cherries, they got steel tools. Steel tools are cool, but we don't want to buy them. If we can help it. We can buy warm coats from them, but we hopefully can get some sheep again. We can use those instead. Overall, I'm not super impressed with our options in those regards, but we'll keep going and see what else we can do here. Our farms look like they're doing pretty good after all. They look like they got a pretty good harvest. Yeah, well, maybe not. That's kind of low. Only 500 and 300. I was hoping for a consistent 600 here, but I guess we'll take what we can get. Either way, we're building up a new settlement to do new cool things with, and once we get everything built over here, since we're building 10 houses, it's definitely going to slow us down, we'll be able to do even more good stuff. Hopefully these guys don't wind up starving. There's plenty of food in these houses, I hope. That reminds me, the other building I really need to build in a hurry is a storage barn over here. So they actually have somewhere to put their foodstuffs. Let's put a storage barn, or a market maybe would be a good idea even. Get ourselves a lot of storage. Let's build a market. It's kind of resource intensive, but I kind of want them to actually have somewhere to store things. So we're going to extend a road in this area, build ourselves a nice little market, and then we'll go from there, I think. Our stockpile is probably going to move soon to the other side of where I put the market, but for now it'll do just fine. So we're going to put down a road. We're going to extend it out over this way. Is there like a tree in the way there? I don't know. Oh yeah, there's a tree there. It's going to get cleared eventually though, so that's not so bad. We're going to put down the dirt road on this side. We're going to put down a market beside it. I'm going to put a road here as well, or beside the houses. A little bit less efficient with regards to our space used. But that's fine. Put down that there. Then we can access our market from both sides. Put the market in the corner there. Why can't I put a market in this location? Why not? What's this? What's this? Oh, the road went around a tree there. That's annoying. Alright, let's clear that out. Cancel structures. Just remove roads. Perfect. Remove all those roads. There we go. Don't need that right now. And we'll put our market back in. Make sure it actually fits this time. That should be fine. There, yep. Perfect. And once that's built, we'll put another storage depot space over on this side, and then we'll be good. I think I like that better than it being over here. Either way, we'll let that run, and should be good. I think we're probably going to stop this episode fairly shortly, though. As we are reaching the 30-minute mark, we'll maybe wait out this winter and then end the episode then, as if we go at 10 times speed. But, yeah, overall, this is looking pretty good. Once we can get that area built up, we'll be able to really gather more resources that were previously out of our reach, and then we'll probably use that area to start building our mines later. We actually hit the clothes limit, which is something I haven't seen happen very often, so there's no reason for that to be limited to only 250. Let's bump that up to 500. Keep making more for us there, friend. Lovely. Alright, we just had a death. A freezing death. I wonder where that happened. What are you guys doing that's causing you to freeze to death? You shouldn't have to go that far just to get to anywhere. We have homes all over the place. That's concerning to me. I assume that the people who are gathering resources from over here are hopefully living near that area, or can at least pop into the homes to get the heat, the warmth they need. That is an ominous thing to notice. Either way, we're going to hope for the best. We're going to keep moving forwards because we've got no time left for today. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. This has been Vanguard of Valor, building up our settlement here in Banished in the town of Xanadu. Until next time, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.